in Oklahoma, if you're a weatherman in Oklahoma, you are a star. I mean, it's one of the places in the world where weathermen are like, they want to, you want to be a weatherman in Oklahoma because everybody knows you. You walk around, you're a celebrity there. Because there's so many tornadoes there that we have these amazing tracking systems. It sounds like something out of a Tom Cruise movie, but literally you can be watching TV and you can see that the tornado is four blocks away from your house. I mean, they can track it that severely. But that's why there's not that many deaths anymore, because everybody knows where it is and they don't drive into it. And even if it's the middle of the night, they're not just out there in the middle of nowhere, running into this thing. But in these other places, they don't have this thing. They don't have a need in it. I believe it's starting to shift more to the east, and that's where it gets bad, because people just don't know. They're just not prepared, And they don't know what to do. It isn't that the tornadoes are worse. It's just, if you're in a trailer park and it's coming right towards you in Oklahoma, you can just leave. I suppose in Alabama, they're not sure when to leave, where to leave to, so that's a struggle. There's been a few times that we've been gone where it's such national news that someone will come up to me and say, I heard there was a tornado in your neighborhood. And I'll call Michelle. Oh yeah. But my house in Oklahoma City is it's known as the first fireproof, tornado-proof house ever built in Oklahoma City. It's made out of complete concrete, steel, brick. So everybody that we know, if it gets really bad, just comes to my house, does about 10 hits of acid and waits for the tornadoes to pass.
Good way to enjoy a tornado.
No, the world of festivals, it sort of seems like some of them become more, how do you say it, more about just weirdo people who love music, collecting and having this kind of bigger shared experience. This now is 4 days.
4 days.
And it used to just be 3, didn't it?
It used to be 1.
There you go. It used to be done.
You played one day.
Yeah.
You played the 03. You played open for Coldplay here. I think that was your first one.
And that was a 1 day?
That was a 1 day.
Wow. I mean, so, we play a lot of festivals around the world. Some of them, and who knows why, some of them try and it doesn't work, and others just seem to get, and bigger isn't the right word. We just played in Spain just a couple nights ago. And I'm not putting this down, but even like 5 years ago, for a festival to be really giant, at the end of the thing, there's like a Metallica, or there's a giant group, a Bruce Springsteen, and everybody else is really just playing underneath it. So I wanted to be able to put these out in like, I don't know, like cool, different, unique, collectible, freaky ways, things that I think I would like. So the first thing we did was this thing that harkened back to our thing that we did with Zyreka back in 1997, where we collect all these strange half-song ideas and make them into one, like, overly giant, unplayable single track. We did 12 tracks that you could download onto your iPhones. All had these little spacey little videos that went with them. And everybody could stand there with their iPhones and download them and play them. And we have videos of people playing, all of them together, I'm not saying it's for everybody, but it is another leg of the Flaming Lips.
It creates one cohesive song when you play all 12 tracks.
I wouldn't say cohesive, wouldn't be the word I'd use, but but a cohesive sonic experience. I mean, I think, we talk about music a lot, and music, a lot of times what people are doing when they're listening to music is they're really just triggering their memory. They already know what the song is, and the song as it comes in is like, it's like eating your favorite meal again or watching your favorite movie. This music starts off kind of familiar, but becomes so strange and unpredictable that you're left off balance. And things move very slowly, and I didn't want to go slowly, I wanted to go fast. So I was starting to think about our very first record that we put out in 1984, and it has a skull on the cover. So anyway, I was at Urban Outfitters around Christmas last year. They have all these plastic skulls there, and for whatever the reason, I bought about 20 of them, took them home. I started just doing stuff with them. I had no concept of what I was going to do, but I was filling with expandable foam and plastic and all this stuff. Well, we got some rubber, as you would at our house. You would just get some rubber, and we made it. We made it some fluorescent pink drippy rubber, and we had gotten past the plastic skulls, and we had gone and got some real replica of human skulls. Now they're not actual human skulls, but they're really nice replicas. And we got this one and we covered it completely in this very drippy pink fluorescent shiny rubber. Anyway, I have a lot of parties at my house. This skull was sitting there, and my wife had sprayed it with some of her bubblegum perfume. We're smelling this skull, and they're like, "Wayne, we want to eat your skull." And I said, "Well, you can't. I know it smells like you can eat it, but you really can't because it's just made out of rubber." But it made me think, wouldn't this be great if we had a skull that was made out of bubblegum and you could eat it? We'd put the music inside there and eat it. Well, I looked for some bubblegum manufacturers to help me do it, and they couldn't do it. But while I was searching, I found this weirdo guy who makes giant gummy stuff. And within just really a couple minutes of finding it, we called him. He said he would help us, that he was a big fan of the Flaming Lips, and really a week later we had this prototype life-size human skull with a brain inside of it that we were going to insert the music into. So a lot of it was just some serendipitous trying to make something happen and accepting the newer, you know, the idea that will work the best. But I think the gummy is even better than the bubble gum, because you can see through it, and it's, you know, it's just weirder. Well, you don't want to eat the USB drive, but the rest of it is definitely edible. So that's the evolution of how it came to be. And then I guess part of it is just this idea that we didn't really want just to give the audience another thing that sits on your shelf. Here's this cool plastic toy. I mean, if it was me, I would get it and it would go on the shelf with the 10,000 other cool plastic toys that are out there in the world. So I was kind of looking for something that was kind of a temporary object. You know, if you didn't eat it, I suppose gummy can last a while, you know, but the idea that you would have to eat this thing, you can't just have it and collect it. If you want the whole experience, it's gonna be gone, you know. And we like these ideas, that it's not just another object collecting dust in your closet somewhere. And then you just hope that the world can embrace it and see. You don't just have to put things, you know, on CDs, or I mean, I love all formats, you know, but for me, everybody kept saying, well, what's the next format? I'm like, I don't know what the next format is for you, but for me, it could be anything. Yeah. I'll show you a picture.
Yeah, check it out.
But I've got a lot of pictures on my phone. Yeah, see, I've got like 5,000 pictures. Where our gallery in Oklahoma City
pretty prolific on Twitter too.
Is being painted. My socks are being made. I've got a lot of things going on. So I'll find one. Pictures of me with Nick Cave.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Is that from Primavera? Is that from
Just a couple of days ago, yeah. I've got my collection of pictures on my phone is like the greatest thing ever. We've got the cutest dog, and then somehow it just works out. Like that dog is right next to that guy. They kind of look the same, don't they? Look at this picture from the show.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Us coming out of the giant wall up there. There's the gummy skulls with the camera. I don't know if you can really see that in there, you know. It's a life-size skull there with a... And we get to design the box and everything it comes in. It's just wonderful. It wouldn't be wonderful for everybody.
Very hands-on, right?
This one is coming next. It's a gummy fetus. That's going to be really just a couple of weeks from now.
How many songs are on the SB? 4?
On the one in the skull, it's 4. I think on the one in the gummy fetus, it's going to be 3. I'll show you the gummy fetus. Though. He's beautiful.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
How large is it? Is it fetus size?
Well, it depends on at what point you grab the fetus out of its uterus, I suppose. You know. Isn't that horrible to say? Great picture, though.
Oh,
you see that?
Oh man!
That's fetus is on the tray there. Can you see what that is?